So hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? So guys, welcome back to our session. And here we have the candidates. So we have Harry here, Ankita, and everyone who is present in the class. So welcome guys. And yes, we are here with the 25 questions, which are very important for the examination's point of view. And the first question, which is here, is which acoustic technique uses sound waves with frequencies which are greater than 20,000 hertz to measure underwater depths and detect submerged objects? So guys, if I talk about the submerged objects and if we're talking about the frequency range, so frequency ranges vary into three parts. The first one is lesser than 20 hertz, that is known as infrasonic. If it is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, that's the audible range which we can hear basically. And if it is above 20,000, that's ultrasonic, right? And yes, if I talk about the sonar technology, so sonar stands for sound, navigation, and ranging. And here we are using ultrasonic waves, and everyone who is going with sonar here, absolutely correct. So here the answer will be option number B. That's correct. So guys, sonar, that stands for sound, navigation, ranging. Here we have the frequency range that is greater than 20,000 hertz. And if I talk about the ultrasonic range, so humans cannot hear the frequencies which are above 20,000 hertz, but bats and dolphins can. So in the examination, this was asked previously. So which all are those animals which can actually hear this noise? So they are dolphins and also bats. Fine. So next, what is the next question? The next is, what is the time duration for which an optical image impression persists on the human retina after the light source is removed? So is it 1 by 2th of second, 1/5, 1/16th, or 1/50th? So guys, this question was again from the previous paper. So let's see how many of you can give the correct answer here. So what should be the correct answer? Waiting for your answer, please. Yeah. So all the candidates who are going with 1 by 16th, they all are correct. So 1/16th, that is, no, this time, Harry, 1/5 is not the answer. The answer will be 1/16th of a second. That is option number C is the correct answer. So I still remember yesterday in the last class, you said that most of the questions are going with option number B, right? So that's why I have actually kept the options in this way. So C is the answer. So persistence of the vision. So an image impression remains on the human retina for approximately 1/16th of a second, and that's why option number C was the correct answer. Ankita, that's great. What about next question? The next question is, what is the critical temperature above which ferromagnetic material loses its permanent magnetism and behaves as a paramagnetic substance? Now guys, we have four options here, but this is from electricity and magnetism. And if you know about Curie temperature, you can easily link it. So what is the answer? Here the temperature is Curie temperature, that is option number A will be the correct answer. The temperature threshold above which ferromagnetic material loses the spontaneous magnetic domain alignment, that's Curie temperature. And the Curie temperature of the pure iron, that is iron, is 770 degrees centigrade, or rather we can say 1043 Kelvin. What is the relation between the Kelvin and the degree centigrade? So whenever you will be adding 273 with the degree centigrade, you will get the value of Kelvin there, right? Perfect. So Ankita and Harry, both of you are correct here too. Next. Now the question is, which type of optical corrective lens is prescribed to rectify myopia, that is nearsightedness in the human vision? So what should be the correct answer? Let me open the note here. Okay, so guys, we have already seen this trick in the past class. If I'll just count the number of letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters are there in convex and 7 letters are there in concave. So if I'll just try to see the number of letters here. So here we have 6, that is small in comparison to 7. So if I need to have a look at the larger distance, so for the larger part, the 7 letters are there, that is concave. And for the smaller distance, we'll use convex. That is the trick. So Mr. Harry, Ankita, acha, both of you are correct. So here, option number D will be the perfect answer. What about next question? Acha guys, before proceeding with the next question, let me tell you, after every session, I am uploading this PDF, and in all these PDFs, you will find the detailed explanation after every question. These PDFs will be very, very useful for all the SSC and RRB exams. Do not miss any PDF. Please download it and revise it. Okay. Next, which optical phenomena renders a light beam visible when passing through a fine colloidal suspension such as milk or fog? So is it Raman effect, Tyndall effect, Crompton effect, or photoelectric effect? What do you think? What should be the correct answer? So the light beam visible when passing through a fine colloidal suspension like milk or fog. What do you think? What should be the correct answer? So, okay, that's great. So here, Harry is going with option number B. And what about other candidates? So Ankita, both of you are correct. Here the answer is Tyndall effect. So what is Tyndall effect? Do you know? So it's the scattering of the light rays by insoluble suspended colloidal particles along the path of a light beam. So yes, it makes the entire pathway of the light clearly visible, and you can just link it with this glass, and even you can try it at your home. You can use your a glass which is actually transparent, and there when you'll just pass the light you'll find this Tyndall effect. So that's the example here. So it may be the salt water. Here it's mentioned two solutions like salt water, they do not exhibit Tyndall effect because solid particles are too tiny. Next, which physical electromagnetic induction principle governs the operation of an electrical transformer? So is it self-induction, electrostatic attraction, is it mutual induction, or is it Peltier effect? So guys, you have four options and let us check what will be the correct answer here. So in this case guys, you must link this particular question with the Faraday's law, and it would be easy to link here. Let me check. So Ankita is going with B, but Harry is going with C. So this time electrostatic attraction is not the answer. Ankita, this time the answer will, oh yeah, you are correct. So Ankita and Harry, both of you are correct. The correct answer will be mutual induction. Mutual induction, that is option number C is the correct answer. So generation of an induced EMF in a secondary coil when alternating current changes in a primary coil. So electrical transformer steps or step down alternating current without changing its frequency. So transformers only operate on the alternating current and cannot function on the direct current. Guys, at a home, which current is used? So at a home, we are using alternating current. But if I talk about in railways, so in railways, the current which is there, that's direct current basically. And if you'll try to run the equipments which are there in railways at your home, they won't work because the current that is at our home is alternating current, and the current that is there in the railways, that's direct current. Fine. So what is the theoretical lowest temperature boundary where all the molecular translational kinetic energy completely ceases? Or rather, this question can be framed in a way that which is that particular temperature at which all the molecular motion ceases? So what do you think should be the correct answer here? And by the time you are given this answer, let me tell you the exact value is minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. And yes, for for the Kelvin temperature, it will be 0 Kelvin. So at that case, yeah, there we can use rectifier. Absolutely correct. So in this case, guys, what is the answer? So the minimum possible temperature is minus 273.15 degrees centigrade or 0 Kelvin, and that is known as absolute zero, at which all the molecular motion ceases. And here among us these four options, absolute zero will be the correct option. Okay. So it is equivalent to minus 273.15 degrees centigrade or minus 459.67 degree Fahrenheit. So at 0 Kelvin, all the thermal motion of the atoms and molecules ceases, yielding the minimum energy. Then the question is, what is the minimum obstacle distance required in air at room temperature to hear a clear, distinct acoustic echo? So guys, for the case of echo, what is the minimum distance that is required? So guys, let's say we are on any hill station, and there's a love point, right? And that love point, it's very common we'll hear echo. So let's say we are taking someone's name, let's say it's Reshma, so then the sound will come Reshma, Reshma, Reshma. So what is it? So this was an example of a song which was I don't know how many of you love classical songs. So it was like तेरे चेहरे में वो जादू है जिस तेरे चेहरे में वो जादू है. So yes, from there that Reshma term came actually. I have no link with the Reshma actually. So here the distance will be of 17.2 meters. What is it? The distance is basically 17.2 meters, and yes, you all can link that part. So here the correct answer is option number D. That is 17.2 meters again, and all the candidates who are going with option number D, they are correct. So what is echo? That's the repetition of the sound. It is caused by the reflection of a hard surface. And what is the persistence of human hearing? Guys, this is 0.1 second. Please remember, what is it? That's 0.1 second, and in the examination it may be mentioned as 1/10th of a second. So that's the persistence of the human hearing. What about the speed of sound in air? So that's 344 meter per second. And what about the speed of light in vacuum? So that's the speed of light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. That's all. Next we have, which corrosive acid mixture in a 3:1 ratio of concentrated HCl and nitric acid can dissolve the noble metals just like gold. So guys, gold is just like king. It's like, oh, you poor acid, you'll be reacting with me. Just get out from here. So gold is the one which doesn't react with any of the acids. So here a special mixture is made that's known as aqua regia, where we have 3 parts of HCl and a single part of HNO3. So that's the molar ratio you need to remember. So what is it? 3 parts of HCl and 1 part of HNO3, and that gives you the aqua regia, in which the gold dissolves, and all the goldsmiths, they are using this aqua regia. So yes, here the correct answer is C, that is aqua regia, and you must remember that ratio, that is 3:1. Okay, so highly corrosive mixture of 3 parts of concentrated HCl and 1 part of concentrated HNO3. We have discussed about it. So for gold and platinum, we are using this only. Next, what is the official chemical name and the formula of the household baking soda that's used in bakery food products? Guys, after the selection, I'll give you the party. Fine. So after the party, what we'll do? Okay, sir. Bye. It was a great party. We'll meet next time. So this party would be for the edible items, right? Sir, bye. So it's sodium bicarbonate. But if I talk about washing soda, so we are not going to wash any of the clothes, right? So yes, there would be no such bi also there. So for the washing soda, it's just simple sodium carbonate. But for the baking soda, it's sodium bicarbonate. So here, sodium bicarbonate was the answer. Next, what's the next question? Option number A is done. Okay, yeah. So when heated with the during baking, it liberates carbon dioxide gas, which makes cake soft and spongy, and that's why in the cakes, in the bhatura, I guess you are aware of chola bhature, right? So they all use this baking soda. And if baking soda is not there at your home, what you can use? You can use Eno at that time. Fine. Okay, so that's done. Next, which chemical isotopic compound is designated as heavy water and utilized as the moderator in the nuclear reactors? Hydrogen has 3 isotopes: protium, deuterium, and tritium. Protium, that is 1H1, deuterium 2H1, and tritium 3H1. So deuterium, if I'll just give you the formula, that is D2O, that's the heavy water, and it is used in the nuclear reactor as a moderator. So what is the answer? Ankita, Vignesh, Harry, you all are correct here, and here D2O, that is option number C, is the correct answer. What about next question? Yeah, so if I'll talk about heavy water, it is composed of deuterium oxide, where deuterium is the heavy isotope of hydrogen. In the nuclear as a nuclear moderator, it slows down fast moving neutrons in heavy water nuclear reactors to sustain nuclear fission chain reactions. And who discovered it? It was discovered by Harold Urey in 1931. Next, which pure carbon allotrope possesses a characteristic spherical soccer ball structure that consists of 60 carbon atoms? So we have 3 allotropes of carbon, right? First one is the first one is diamond, second one is graphite, and the third one is fullerene. So if I talk about that cage-like structure, so that cage-like structure or football-like structure is of fullerene. So here the answer will be Buckminster fullerene, and the first one to answer this is Utkarsh. So Utkarsh is the first one to give the correct answer. Then we have Ankita. You all are correct, guys. Here the correct answer will be Buckminster fullerene. But what about other two? So for the graphite and diamond, you must remember they have hexagonal and tetrahedral structure. Okay, and this is done. Guys, one more thing. They consist of 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons of the carbon rings. Tetrahedral network is of diamond and hexagonal structure is of graphite. Although graphite is a non-metal, but still it is a good conductor of electricity. That's also the important question. What about next? The next one is, which active metal protective coating is applied to iron articles during the process of galvanization to prevent rusting? So in order to prevent rusting, we can go for oiling, we can go for greasing, we can also go for galvanization, and here for the galvanization we use zinc coating. But one more question that was asked in ELP 2018, the examination which I cleared. So in my shift there was a question, what is the atomic number of zinc? So let me check how many of you can give this answer, because guys, Vignesh, Ankita, Utkarsh, Harry, we need to remember the atomic numbers at least till 30, and apart from those We can also go with the tricks like Halina ki tab se faryad, beta mange car, scooter, baap razi, and so on. And in this way, you can actually memorize the whole periodic table. But here, please remember the atomic number of zinc is 30. And Ankita, that's great. 30 is the correct answer. Next question, please. So what's the next question? The next one is, which primary atmospheric pollutant gases react with cloud water vapor to produce damaging acid rain? Now guys, do not get confused with this particular question. This question is simply asking you, what are the main constituents of acid rain? So what should be the correct answer? Utkarsh is going with B. Fine. That is chlorofluorocarbons and ozone. Harry is going with C. That is sulfur dioxide and nitrogen. Again, which primary atmospheric pollutant gases react with cloud water vapor to produce damaging acid rain? In short, the question is not that complex, but it is made because in this session we are having the questions which will be linked with SSC CGL, with RRB JE as well. So here you need to understand, acid rain is a rain where pH value is less than 5.4. Fine. And how is it formed? So the sulfur dioxide gases which are released from the factories and into the atmosphere, it reacts with the water vapor and it forms sulfuric acid, and the starting that's sulfurous basically. So this converts into the sulfuric acid, and in the similar way, this NOx, when it reacts with the water, it forms HNO3, and that is what nitric acid is. So whenever this rainfall will be there, the water is not actually water, that's acid in nature. So here the correct answer is going to be option number C, that is sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. So here C is the correct answer. Let me check who have given the C as the answer. So M vibe was going with A, but here the answer was C. No worries. So that's done. See, acid rain, industrial emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. So when they react, they form sulfuric acid and the HNO3, and pH value when it is lesser than 5.6 is classified as the acidic rain. Next, what is the normal physiological pH range maintained in the healthy human arterial blood? Guys, again, the question is simple. The language is in a way that it feels like it is complex. It's not complex. I guess each and every candidate can give this answer. So please tell me, what is the correct answer for the same? Is it 6 to 6.5? Is it 7.3 to 7.4? Is it 8.5 to 9? Or is it 5 to 5.5? First of all, blood is basic in nature, slightly basic in nature. So 6 and 5, these options are directly eliminated. And since it is slightly acidic, its pH value is 7 point something. It's approx 7.4. So 7.35 to 7.45 is the correct answer. So what is the answer? Option number B is the correct answer. And all the candidates who have given option number B, they all are correct. Okay. So guys, if you want to give tests from Oliveboard, you can even give this test from the Oliveboard. What you will do? You will just type Oliveboard here. The first link that pops up, just click on it. Here you have all the options for giving the test. See, here we have tests, PYPs plus past live tests. So every day from Monday to Friday you can join at 12, where I'll be explaining all those things. But you can also click on the test portion, and here for whatsoever you are preparing, let's say you are preparing from CGL for example, you can just tap on it, and here you'll find all the toppers, AIR1, AIR6, 3, 4, 14, and I just want that in the next result I want your image and name here. So please be ready with that. Yeah, so here you'll find all those tested. You can even give the live test here, so everything is present for you. You can give any type of test. You can even give the subject wise test if you want. Fine. So that's all guys, and here we have all those tests, section wise test and all, so you can go with it. Fine. So proceeding further with the next question. Now we have, which chemical substance in the solid phase is commonly known as dry ice and undergoes direct sublimation into the gas? So you have 4 options, and I don't think so that you can be wrong here. So Mr. M Vibe, Ankita, Harry, Utkarsh, what should be the correct answer? Vignesh is going with A, Utkarsh is going with C. Okay. So guys, dry ice is actually the solid form of carbon dioxide. That's the solid CO2. And in any of the marriage function or in the birthday parties, you might have seen some fog, right? What is it? So there we use dry ice where it's directly converting from the solid form to the gaseous form, right? For the especially for the bridal entry, this is used. So yes, that's the solid form of carbon dioxide, and everyone who's going with option number D, that's cool. So Ankita, Harry, and all the other candidates who were going with option number D, they were correct. It is a solidified form of carbon dioxide which is stored under the high pressure. It converts directly from the solid to the gas at minus 78.5 degrees centigrade without melting into the liquid. Okay, next. The next question is, which semi-autonomous cell organelle generates adenosine triphosphate via aerobic cellular respiration? So is it mitochondria, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, or is it peroxisome? Energy, currency in a cell. What is it? So mitochondria is the one that is producing this energy, but how? In the mitochondria, glucose breakdown takes place in the presence of oxygen, that is known as aerobic respiration. And here we get energy in the form of ATP, and the full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. And since aerobic respiration occurs in the mitochondria, that's why the answer mitochondria is the correct answer, right? So everyone like Vignesh, Ankita, Harry, Utkarsh, MY, here is the correct answer. What about other options? Golgi complex is used in the intracellular transportation. Endoplasmic reticulum is used in the formation of the lipids and proteins. Okay, so here A was the correct answer. So this was known as the powerhouse of the cell. Next. Which plant vascular tissue conducts the water and dissolved mineral nutrients unidirectionally from roots to the leaves? So guys, if I talk about the plant tissue, so plant tissues are basically two different types. Either they are permanent or they are meristematic. So meristematic tissues can be like intercalary meristem, apical meristem. But the permanent tissues are divided into two further parts. It may be the simple tissues or it may be the complex tissues. Simple tissues includes parenchyma, parenchyma, collenchyma, scalenchyma. But the complex tissues includes the xylem and phloem. So xylem is the one that is helping in the conduction of the water from the roots towards the plant. So basically that is unidirectional, and phloem is the one that helps in the direction of the flow of food. So here xylem, that is option number B, is the correct answer. Next. Which specific ABO blood group type is universally recognized as the universal red blood cell donor? We know blood group O is universal donor, which means AB and A. Option number A and D gets eliminated. Now we have two options, either B or C. So what should be the correct answer? Guys, O positive blood group can just donate the blood to A positive, B positive, AB positive, and O positive. But O negative is the one that can donate the blood to A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, and also O positive and O negative. So which is the universal donor? So guys, O negative is the universal donor because it can donate the blood to both positive and the negative ones, and hence option number C is the correct answer, right? So O negative is the universal red cell donor because its RBCs lacks A, B, and also Rh antigens that avoids agglutination in the recipients. And AB positive is the universal recipient because it can gain the blood from each and every blood group. That's correct. So each and every candidate who is there in the class, you are correct. Who discovered the blood group? So it was discovered by Carl Landsteiner. Next, which endocrine gland located at the base of the brain is designated as the master gland of the human endocrine system? Now, what is endocrine system? Endocrine system is a system from which the hormones are secreted. Hormones can be like growth hormone, it can be emergency hormone like epinephrine, norepinephrine. Utkarsh is going with D, so it's Pitu. Yeah, that's pituitary gland. So Utkarsh, Vignesh, Harry, Ankita, salute to you guys. You all are correct. So here pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it can control all the other glands, whether it's thyroid or any other endocrine gland. So it's the master gland. But hypothalamus is known as the master of the master gland. Hypothalamus is the master of pituitary because it is controlling, hypothalamus controlling even pituitary. So hypothalamus is known as master of the master gland. Thyroid gland generates thyroxine hormone, and if iodine is lacking, it inflates. So basically that issue is known as goiter, and for the treatment of the goiter you need to use the isotope, that is iodine 131. What about adrenal? So it is present on the kidney. Here emergency hormones are secreted like epinephrine, norepinephrine. Pineal gland is the smallest gland that is present in the brain. From here, our sleep cycle is controlled. For example, let's say I sleep at 10 and wake up at 5. So that 10 to 5 cycle is maintained in my pineal gland, because that pineal gland generates a hormone that is known as melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that maintains your sleep cycle. Okay, so that's done. So everything is mentioned here. Next, which chronic respiratory disorder characterized by alveolar wall destruction and reduces gas exchange surface area is primarily caused by heavy tobacco? So guys, what should be the correct answer? Which chronic respiratory disorder characterized by alveolar wall destruction and reduced gas exchange surface area is primarily caused by tobacco? So is it asthma, silicosis, pneumonia, or emphysema? So here the answer will be emphysema. So here, no, it's not C. Vignesh, this time the answer will be A. Answer will be emphysema. So it's a chronic lung disease where delicate alveolar walls break down over time. So drastically reduces surface area available for the oxygen diffusion into pulmonary capillaries. So major etiological causes prolonged cigarette smoking and severe air pollution. Both the things, right? Next, so answer was option number A. Next, which vital metallic element forms the central coordination metal ion inside the heme group of human hemoglobin? So if I'll talk about the hemoglobin, you need to remember two things here. Number one, this heme term can be linked with the hematite. And what is hematite? That's the ore of iron, right? And so yes, iron is the answer. If iron lacks in our body, we'll suffer from anemia. One more thing, guys, this globin term is, you need to remember, it is actually the protein. So this was asked in the examination. Which protein is present in hemoglobin? So the protein that is present in the hemoglobin is globin. So here, what is the correct answer? In this case, please remember, one second. Yeah. So here, iron is going to be your correct answer, right? Next, what is the next question? Which nutritional deficiency disorder characterized by bleeding gums and delayed wound healing results from a lack of vitamin C? So guys, if there's a lack of vitamin C, the bleeding of the gums takes place and this issue is known as scurvy. And in order to prevent yourself from scurvy, you can have the fruits which are sour in taste, like amla, you can have lemon. So amla, lemon, they all are the sources of vitamin C. So here, scurvy is the answer. Rickets, that's caused because of lack of vitamin D. That's the bowing of the legs. Beriberi, it's caused because of lack of vitamin B. Next, so vitamin C's chemical name is ascorbic acid. What are the uninsulated microscopic gaps called along a myelinated neuron axon that enables uh, rapid category impulse conduction? So will it be synaptic clefts? It will be Schwann cells, axon terminals, or nodes of Ranvier. So guys, I'm giving you this as an homework question, and it's good to see you, Harry, regular in these sessions. So Ankita, Harry, Utkarsh, and then Vignesh, and all the other candidates who are present in the class, you can be regular in these sessions. So from Monday to Friday, tomorrow Saturday, so we won't have class tomorrow, but from Monday to Friday, we'll have these classes daily at sharp 12, right? And also after the class, you'll get this PDF as well. So you can either take this PDF from my Telegram channel, or also you can have this PDF from the Oliveboard's website. So you have two options. You can take this PDF from anywhere. Okay, so this is the homework question for you all, and I'll request you all to please answer in the comment section what will be the correct answer, and also please let me know, are you liking this series? Are you liking these slides and all those explanations? If yes, please let me know in the comment section. So that's all from my end. I'm just uploading this PDF because time's up. It's my paid class time now, so I need to go. We'll meet on Monday now at sharp 12, right? So thank you, Ankita. Thank you, Utkarsh. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Vignesh. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Jai Hind. And for the examination, all the very best.